In this video, I want to talk a little bit about the strategy I use to stop skin picking in relation to the cycles that I'm sure everybody is very familiar with, the ups and the downs. Now, for me, in my experience, I lived mostly in the downs. Those periods of time where my skin looked like hell and I was hiding and waiting, the waiting to heal. And then what seemed like these brief, very tiny moments of stability and clear skin that I would almost live for and wait for. I mean, the waiting was constant. And I would notice that when I would have these brief ups, it would be a result of something that wasn't really planned. And that's why I learned that it's really important to have a plan, to have a blueprint or a structure in your life, something that you can hold on to, so that you're not so easily pushed and pulled this way and that by the disorder. So what I noticed is when I would have these ups, it would be the result of something outside of myself that I didn't plan. For example, being exceptionally busy and not having time to pick, or having some thing in my life like a new relationship or moving a house or a vacation. Not always. Sometimes these things are very triggering, but there were times where I kind of used that moment of a big life shift to kind of step outside the disorder and stop picking for a bit. And but then what would happen is the thing would come back with a vengeance. So I needed a plan and a blueprint to decide how to work with myself through the ups and downs. And that's why I want to just explain a little bit about in this video. For the downs, my strategy was to shorten the length and lessen the damage. I did make a video about this called My 5 Golden Rules to Shorten Skin Picking Sessions and Lessen the Damage. So you can check that out. It is a example of what to do while you're in a skin picking session, but you can apply this on a larger scale in terms of you realize you're in a down, you realize you don't have full control. How can you make this period of time shorter and make it less damaging so that you can more quickly get to the up? The up being that moment of clear skin, that moment of stability, that moment where you're just kind of okay. I know they are few and far between. And that's why these moments are so precious, because we can do so much in these ups. What we tend to do is to ignore, suppress, avoid, and procrastinate with our disorder. It's almost like we have this wishful hoping that the thing just disappeared and will go away. But the thing is that we need to use these opportunities to work through the things that we're not strong enough to work through when we're in a down. So what am I talking about? The urges, the underlying anxiety, the stress, the internal discomfort that is unbearable that we seek to escape through skin picking. What I noticed in my life is that when I'm in these ups, I could actually deliberately bring it here and breathe through it, because this is what we're going to need to do in the healing process and the recovery process, is be able to resist the urges. So how do you strengthen yourself to get yourself to a place where you can do that? Because even though I don't pick my skin anymore, I still get the urges and I still have the underlying sensations that I had that were causing me to pick my skin in the first place. And now I stand through them. I breathe. I let them pass. I acknowledge them. And that's what's so important. And I know that many of you already know this, but I'm just adding here a strategy where you can work with them. Let's say you get a fidget toy, acrylic nails, or something like that. And as we all know, these things work for a moment and then the skin picking comes back with a vengeance. So when you get that fidget toy, when you get those acrylic nails, don't pretend like you don't have the disorder now and just ignore it and act as if it's not in your life. Acknowledge what your body is going through. If an urge comes up and you see that you have your fidget toy and it's working, sit with the urge. We have to acknowledge what it feels like in our body. And I'm the living proof right now, and I can tell you it does go away. When it's there, the thing acts like it's the most urgent thing and needs immediate attention, and there's no way you're ever going to get out of this sensation unless you pick your skin. And I know that you can get into those places where it takes over completely and you can't focus. And I mean, yeah, we have to work through these urges, and they do end. So when you see that you're in these instances where, you know, you have that little bit of strength, let the urge come, sit with it, breathe through it, have a plan. And what this does is it shows you that the urge, although powerful, is not more powerful than you and who you are and what you decide for yourself. You are actually in control and the most powerful thing in your body. Your decision-making ability, your stand, your stance, your commitments. These things are powerful, but they are not magical. You have to build them. You have to strengthen them. You have to practice them. And although this may seem like a lot of work and a more burden in your life, you have to look at how we're living anyways. There's already pressure. There's already a lot of exhausting work that we put into this disorder. I mean, man, we are committed to this thing. We are strengthening it. We are making sure it does not budge. And it takes a lot of time and energy to do that. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of discomfort. Now, when you're working with my strategy, the blueprint here, and the healing process, it is equal or less than what we're already putting into the disorder. And there is a moment in time where the two are overlapping, where it seems a bit overwhelming and like a constant battle. But once you start to see a little bit of progress, even the minutest little millimeter of progress, it inspires a whole new understanding of what you're capable of, because you see that you can move you beyond this disorder. All right, so that is the ups and downs, the cycles of skin picking. The final goal, obviously, is stability, is not participating in the ups and downs, because this is a polarity. You look at the phrase, what goes up must come down. I struggled with this for a long time, where I was just seeking the positive and avoiding the negative, instead of allowing experiences to flow through me and not be moved by them, but be able to just express myself fully in the moments without going into this high positivity or low depression negativity. What goes up must come down. So you want to be stable. That doesn't mean boring. That doesn't mean flat. That means you can express yourself as who you are, instead of this almost bipolar existence of up and down. And it is so much more satisfying and fulfilling, because what I noticed is who I really am is able to come out, because I don't have this either fear of the down or desire for the up. It's just like who I am here, natural, expressive, real laughter, real engagement, real interaction, real care, not this kind of facade that we must go into when we're hiding and distracting and being pushed and pulled and tossed about by the disorder. We have to kind of fake this stability. There is the saying, fake it till you make it, which I have also applied. But in terms of this application and this blueprint, the goal is stability, and to work with the ups and downs to your own benefit, instead of just kind of allowing it to unroll in your life without any direction. It's constant direction, moment by moment direction is required. I hope this was clear. I never know if what I'm talking about is clear, understandable, or relatable. Feedback is my biggest support. So please, if you have a question, ask. Thanks. Bye.